Hey guys, it's Dave here in Middle Tennessee. I wanted to talk a little bit today about your bass sound in the studio and some things that I use and that I do to get a great sound for the songs and for the engineers and producers. It's really quite simple. I don't really use a lot of super high-end expensive gear. I just don't. It all starts with this piece right here. This is the Rupert Neve DI, Rupert Neve Designs. And it's an active DI box. When you plug it up, if you get one, you can find a used one for $200 or $300, and they're worth every penny if you do many recording sessions. And when you plug it up, you just want to tell your engineer that you're going to need phantom power for it. And it's very common, and I love this little piece of gear. It's very key to my sound. Anytime that I play, if you see me play live or in the studio, I never play without a compressor. And some of my favorite little pedal compressors are the Ampeg Optocomp, which I use probably 95% of the time live. But I also have discovered this new Universal Audio 1176. It's basically the old 1176 compressor in a pedal now, believe it or not, $199. Money well spent. And I recently invested in my very own Audio Technica headphones. And I really, really love these things. I got the white ones because everybody has black ones, and I didn't want to leave them at a studio. So I figured if I get white ones, I won't leave them anywhere. And I believe these are the MH50, if I remember correctly. I'm not the gearhead people probably think I am. But they retail for around $200. So they're just amazing headphones. I love these things. I never go into a session for the things that I do without fresh strings. And everybody that knows me that's a bass player knows this is what I use. Kurt Mangan has been a dear, dear friend and has endorsed me for many, many years since he left Ernie Ball. When he left Ernie Ball, I went with him because I just was very fond of Kurt, and I know he's a quality guy. Ernie Ball is a magnificent company. Not many companies as great as Ernie Ball, and Kurt would probably tell you that as well. But when he decided to go make his own strings, I went with him, and I'm very proud to use the Kurt Mangan nickel wound bass strings, and he makes up my set because I use a little heavier A string than most guys. So anyway, Kurt Mangan strings. And these are my two very favorite studio basses. They're both Kramer era Spectres. The 5 strings, as you know from that era, they only made 77. This one is number 36. It was originally black, but because the fretboard had been replaced on it, something happened to the fretboard, and my longtime friend Gene Fox had sent it to Chicago Music Exchange, I believe it is, because they do outstanding work up there, and they put an ebony board on it. And this bass was originally black, and because the fretboard had been changed, I figured the value has already been defunct. So I sent it away and had it painted in this beautiful white finish, just like my old 4-string there. Pat Wilkins, everybody knows Pat. He's a tremendous guitar builder and painter out in he's in California, and Pat painted this for me, did an amazing job. So thank you, Pat Wilkins. And of course, my old Kramer era white 4-string that I've had forever. That thing has been around the world, and I usually typically run the bass wide open, the treble flat, and adjust it more or less as I need the treble, and run the pickups typically in the middle for recording. So there you have it. That's how that I typically run my bass in the studio, and some little toys that I use I have other things as well. I'm the world's worst fretless player. I've probably played fretless on less than 4 or 5 tracks in my life in a 40-year career. And I only did it those times because I was producing the project, and I had the luxury of going back and really working on the part so I could get it right and in tune and all that. So to go in with a producer and have to get a track as fast as we have to get them in Nashville, I probably would not attempt fretless. But I do mimic fretless on both these basses by rolling it all on the back pickup, playing on the jazz pickup on either bass, turn the treble all the way off, bass all the way up, and turn a very hint of chorus pedal on, and play in the back position, and just the touch gives it a real fretless vibe. It's not real fretless, but I have had producers call me and say, Dave, be sure you bring that white fretless with you when you come to the studio, because I never said I don't play fretless. So anyway, that's my spiel. I hope everybody's doing great, and thank you for watching.